Yo, what's happening, man? It's a Cide show. RC the Trackaholic in the building. I'm sitting here with my man Trayblac. What's happening?
Man, what's good?
What's the deal?
Man, shit, happy to be in the building.
Yeah, for sure.
Happy to be seen.
I know, man. It's been a hit and miss, man. We were trying to like get together and but schedules and grown man shit, like that's just how it go.
That's how it be. That's how it be. Like
know.
Sometimes like the last time we set it up, man, I ain't gonna lie, I just was exhausted.
Man, it happens.
Tired, like man.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Forgot all about it.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, bro. Like, I mean, I try not to get like upset about like like if something doesn't go, like doesn't happen or doesn't go right, because it's always on time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like sooner or later we're gonna hook up anyway. The place ain't, the show ain't going nowhere.
Absolutely.
So it's all good. But so how you been, man?
Man, I've been good, just working.
Yeah.
That's it, man. I've been blessed. I don't got no complaints.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't, even with the lack of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I need to, tighten up is family time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Other than that though, but
it's a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's constant. It don't never stop. Like, I mean, and shoot, then if you get to where you want to be with your extracurricular, music or what have you, it's even more of a balance because now you got to work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now, like you say, you gotta work harder.
Yeah.
But not only that, it's like now it's really happening.
It's happening, and you gotta be there. So, if you exhausted, you can't. You're supposed to be there anyway.
So it's like you get a whole new energy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But, to be able to do what you want to do and get to a place where you can even live off of it.
Yes.
I mean, you can. What you complaining about?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What you complaining about? So
now you've been out here for a while, man. How many albums you say you got out right now?
That, man, to be honest, when we talk about albums, as far as an official album, I think this is probably gonna be like my somewhat first official album.
Oh, first official album.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Now, as far as like the mixtape scene and just being out there with a song and being connected with some of the DJs in the town and performing all around the town.
Yeah.
That's where it's kind of been at, and it's kind of been like building it up and get to a place where I understand even how to put the album out.
Right.
And give it any type of action to be successful.
Got you.
So
now, okay, so you're working on your first official album.
Yeah.
You have a name for it yet?
Truth, Love, and Pain.
Wait, say it again.
Truth, Love, and Pain.
Truth, Love, and Pain.
Right.
That's deep, though. Yeah. Explain that one. That's deep.
I think because when the process started, I had took a few steps backwards, man. I got myself caught up, man, got into some legal situations.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up on house arrest.
Oh, okay.
But, with everything that happened and everything that was going on, it had me in a place where I was constantly looking in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm stuck in this house, so it's like every day is a reminder, that I can't move around like I want to move around. And then it's like for what it was just like, come on, man, you better than this. Yeah. So then it's like, all right, it's time to start. It's time to not just start, talking about it, but putting it out there.
Yeah.
And being more, intentional about, one, being honest about it, and two, letting it go.
Oh, yeah, that's the hard part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And then it was like I listened to the music and everything that's out there. It was just like, for me, this is perfect. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from that area, where the music was more storytelling. It was a little more.
Definitely,
I ain't going to say, like, rappers or nothing today ain't honest, but it was a different type of honesty, in the music back then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was just a different type. But so, like I'm stuck in this house, so I'm recording. My guy, Dog Him Out Beats, he was coming to the house.
Dog Him Out.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
And Dog, good brother, good dude, man.
Definitely.
He coming to the house and we recording. You know what I'm saying? Me, him, Knowledge. Yeah. My brothers. We shoot videos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I shot the.
What you mean at the house when you was on house arrest?
Right in the living room. I can't go nowhere, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm still gonna make it happen.
Dig it.
I was on the mission, but yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Now, what video was that you shot at the house?
The Menace to Society.
The Menace to Society. Okay.
So it's got the whole theme of the movie, like kind of narrating the song.
Right.
And,
okay.
We reenacted like the scene in the beginning where they was playing the dominoes and just kind of gave it that whole look.
Right.
That
right. Yeah. You was already in the house, so it worked out.
So it kind of just worked out. We did the scene too where the granddad was talking, to Kane and we reenact, we redid that part. And,
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. A couple of my partners came through, man. They fit it. It was perfect how it came together. So for those who ain't seen it, it's been out now for I don't know, almost a year.
Okay.
8-9 months. So Menace to Society, man. Trayblac featuring Kilo Black. So
dig it. Yeah, I know it really helps out when you got like all your friends and your family who can just come together and help you. Right. You got actors or you got people that'll help you out. That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: do you feel right now your music and yourself is respected by the city of Seattle?
When they hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they hear it, when they actually take the time to listen to it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, have you ever felt like disrespected or kind of slept on?
Definitely slept on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily disrespected.
Okay.
I think the slept on is more, like we don't embrace each other as much,
Yeah.
We don't want to really give each other sometimes the ear to really just see, like, because a lot of these guys are way more talented and way more doper than the people that you sitting around listening to all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you won't really, because you know them or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Preach, yes.
You don't want to give them that same energy.
Do you find yourself doing that as well?
I don't know if I
know I've done it. I can't lie. I've done it.
I can't say that. I wouldn't say I have. If I've done it, it hasn't been in a malicious way.
Yeah.
It wasn't done like that. So it might have been. It just I would never serve it like that, especially being that I'm in the same situation as you.
Right.
So I'm really not gonna act like that with you.
Right.
Because I get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get it. You know what I mean? Especially if I see you grinding.
Yeah, you with your peers. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I might be just doing and moving that day, so I don't got time to sit and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, yeah. That's a big thing, man.
Yeah. One thing about this city is that you have to prove yourself, but not in a people sleep on you until you prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? But that could be 1 minute or 1 month or 1 year. You know what I'm saying? They'll give it to you though when But but
who they gave it to?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, ain't nobody made it yet.
Yeah.
And when I say nobody made it, like there's people that have made it, but like nobody. I don't think none of us.
I know
what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think that's the thing that separates when somebody from, the town. It's like these young cats that just got drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
in the NBA.
They're from the town. So
that's making it.
That's making it. Now, when you talk about the rappers, just think about all the rappers that you just see all the time randomly that you be like, man, he's really dope.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's really only being heard maybe in a
up the block.
Yeah,
around the corner.
What I'm saying? He's really only being heard right there. So the problem is getting people to listen.
Right. Like
if you ain't gonna listen, you can't even tell me if it's good or bad.
Right.
So
now when you talk about getting people to listen, you make videos. Yeah. So you got singles out here.
Yeah.
You do like traveling, you hooking up with different people, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's my next the next move that I really want to do is try to put together just something, like 3 cities. You know what I'm saying?
Like a tour?
Yeah.
Okay, so straight up like around. Shows and networking and shit.
And merchandise, everything. Like,
dig that.
The 4 or 5 cats that take the trip. Like let's have our shit together. Let's have everything right. Everybody get their merchandise right. All the way down to, practicing the performances.
Definitely practicing the show. Yeah, like, putting on a great show.
Yeah, we put on a show. So it's like if we go out of town and it's, you know, let's just say it's me, Prince, Walker, and we'll just say me, Prince, Walker, and Maury Bass or something.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and it's like, all right, everywhere we go automatically, we're not gonna get
the reception. Yeah. Right.
9 times out of 10, we're not gonna get it
off the bat. I mean, yeah, but I mean that's because you're not.
When we leave out of here for sure.
True that.
When we leave, you know, now in the, you know, up and down Rainier and you know, a couple spots all around Seattle, we ain't gonna, you know, we're gonna go in them places and know somebody or whatever the case may be. We're gonna get a different type of embracing than when we in Portland and or when we're in, you know, in Phoenix. Yeah. You know, or the Bay or something. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when we come down there, the one thing, there's 2 things we can't be lacking on. We can't be lacking on safety. Yeah, for sure. And we can't be lacking on performance. Yes. Yeah. We nail them 2, everything else will fall into place. Right. Maybe not right now, but it'll come. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. It'll come. If you know how to come, you know how to maneuver through places, and you know how to get up there and give a show. Right. You know, and it's like, yeah. They'll fuck with you. I don't care where you go. Have you been out of town? Like, yeah, I performed in a couple of different places before. And you said they fuck with you. but when I say that, you mean they fuck with you? Yeah. No, they fucking with you. But when I've been out of town and performed, I haven't been out there and just like did my own set. I was a part of a show where I was on 2 or 3 songs. Okay. So but I seen that. They, you can be embraced. First of all, do you believe in what you're doing? Yeah. So that should show off the gate for sure. So if that's not showing, then I mean, they won't believe you. Eat you alive. Yeah. You need more people. So yeah. Dig it. All right. Now tell me this. You're from Seattle. Yeah. Born and raised. Right. Now where'd you grow up at? What area? In the South End. You from the South End? Okay. Genesee. Oh, okay. Genesee. That's where my grandma, grandpa, man, they, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years they've been there, right there off of Genesee. My dad and I stayed in in the Vista. You know, I'm a town baby, so when we get to talking about all the places, like my mom and everybody lived, we done lived all around us. Right. So. Yeah. Now, so when did you start? Well, let me ask you like this: when did you become interested in music? Since an early age. I think music has always been, for me, a place where I can, like a safe space. I can listen to some music. I can put some headphones on and block the world out. Man, that's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't, I'll block the world out. So. And I mean, it probably really, when I started getting like around 11, 12, and it was, life for me was changing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was going into some situations and being up around some people that it was like the music was a good influence and it was a bad influence at the same time. Okay. Elaborate on that. What do you mean? I mean, when you're young, right, you don't always understand what it is you're really listening to. Yeah. Was because like now I know I was feeding my why in life. Yeah. Through music, because those was like the father deep. Figures. They was all the Cubes, the Pacs, the Scarfaces, like all these different people. They raised you. Yeah, they did. You know what I'm saying? Because they had you at a time when you didn't know better. So. Yeah, you might have bumped some Cube when he was on his, when he was on this one thing. Yeah. And he was, preaching to black this. Right. And he was teaching you about that. But then you turn around and you also was bumping, I don't name somebody that was like shit. Positive or like that was super negative. Super negative? Oh man. I mean, of course, like you said, there was NWA, but I mean, like you might go and listen to some Gangsta Nip. Yeah. And that's hella old Quick, school. DJ Quick was a player. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he never really nothing about what he sold you was it didn't make you want to go do nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's
definitely
true.
didn't give you any of those type of ideas.
Yeah.
You wanted to dance. You wanted to kick it. You wanted to get at some females.
Exactly. No, yeah, okay, that was a bad example.
A couple dollars, you know.
But you know what? That really
never
speaks
made
to
you feel like I'm about to go put some work in.
Right. but that speaks to what you were talking about because you deciphered that already. You know what I'm saying? Quick and Ice Cube and your comprehension of your process and what you feel when you hear it.
Right.
So when you were 12, 13, you were listening to the music, and then your process was different.
You're 12.
Yeah.
So you don't really know reality.
Right.
You don't really know I forgot what they call it, but the front part of that part of your brain isn't even developed yet. Right. You're not even
right.
So you don't really understand what it is and what it's not like. Right now at your age, you definitely didn't know what you know now at 12.
Hell no.
So you could have been told anything.
Anything.
You know what I'm saying? And you might go for it.
Right.
I'm saying when you 12, you don't know no better.
Right.
But you're more acceptable to being dragged in and listening to
and listen to it.
And becoming having a false reality.
So would you say that got you in some trouble?
It got me in some trouble, but in the trouble, it got me through the trouble.
Oh, dig that. Okay. All right. So you went from what you were intaking and what you were digesting to what you were putting out kind of helped you. Did you start writing raps and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then you started making music.
Everybody stands out on the corner, back when, in the town when you could.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody will be freestyling and it kind of starts there.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? You jump out there one time and you like, oh, I can do this a little bit. And then, for me, it started when I started getting locked up and sitting in the cell all the time, in the juvenile all the time. So I'm in the cell, so there ain't nothing else to do.
Right.
Either I'm in there because I got into it with the staff, so I'm stuck in the cell, or I done got into a fight, so I'm stuck in the cell.
Right.
So I don't got nothing but a piece of paper and a pencil anyway, and I'm tired of banging on the door.
Dang.
So I'm gonna just sit down and write me some raps and kill some time.
So like the first time you was in there was what, like 13, 12, 13?
Yeah, I think maybe the first time I went, I think I was about 11 or 12. It was something, I don't even remember what it was. It was something. Whatever it was, I was out that night. It wasn't nothing heavy, but that was, it started.
That's a young age. Clearly you influential, but you was doing your thing, and so then you started writing raps in like you said in the cell, and then so when did you get around to putting it on tape or like recording it?
The first time I want to say was because I'm trying to remember I want to say the first time I really recorded a song was with John Doe.
Oh, John Doe, yeah. Shout out John Doe.
Because we all stayed on the same street.
That was like somewhere by Rainier or something like that.
Right. So we all stayed right there on Genesee. So I want to say it was 93, 94 or something like that. It was one of them times I had just got out.
Oh, that's prime time though.
Yeah, he's like, come on, man, come in the basement.
Yeah.
We go over his mom's house, go in the basement. And bro, I think he had like a 4-track or an 8-track, something, whatever it was with the tapes and all the shit. So we made it work. He that was the first time I remember actually recording a song.
Do you remember the name of the song?
Nah.
Do you remember what you said?
I don't even. Nah. I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't remember.
But how did it feel?
I don't even know if it was a complete song. Like it might have just been
just you just put something down.
Yeah.
But so initially, how did that feel to you? Like when you finally heard yourself back, did it trip you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You find everything wrong with it.
Oh, so you didn't like it?
Yeah, I'm like, damn, do I sound cool? You don't really know. You think you going in.
Yeah.
You like, oh, shit. But, really in your head, you like, man.
What was the homie saying? Did they like it?
Nah, JD, it was like, oh, this is dope. JD's like,
right.
We're running with this one.
Right.
So, but yeah, when you that was probably the first time that I heard it, but I don't think it really became something that like I fell in love with.
Oh, okay.
Till later.
Till later.
Yeah.
Right.
Later.
So that was just something you were just kind of doing.
Yeah. Just
okay.
Okay,
dig it.
Yeah. So.
All right. So when you got serious, it was like 4 or 5 years later.
Well, I ended up going to do a significant amount of prison time when I was 16.
Oh, so you sat down for a minute.
So,
okay,
yeah,
I see.
So I went and sat down, and that's where it began.
Okay.
That's where it really kind of started to take, like what got me through the bid was the music, the writing, and having a goal that I wanted to accomplish. Like, all I seen was when I get out of here, I'm about to make music.
Dig it. Yeah.
So that was like, I got to make it through this so I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So writing music, and they got studios in there.
Okay.
And, they got all these different things. I got a chance. Like, I would even be in there selling tapes.
Right.
I'm
in jail.
Man, I'm about to record these 14 songs, 15 songs. Let me get $10 in store.
Word.
And I'm about to give you some heat.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't know, why was I under the impression that like none of that was available? Like,
hell nah.
So okay, so
I don't know about now as much as it was back then.
So yeah, okay, so things might have changed.
Yeah, they didn't change a lot, over the last 15 years.
Right. Okay, that was a long time ago. Yeah. So you're literally making music behind bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and moving it.
That was the thing. Like, people was actually putting albums out from prison. Like, think about it. X-Rated did it.
I mean, California. Yeah, he did it. He did it over the phone.
Right, but they got back then they had actual studios in Walla Walla.
I guess I kind of remember that, yeah.
In the medium, well, not really Colin Bay, but Walla Walla, McNeil. It's a few places. They got real studios where you can go in there.
Yeah.
And they got keyboards. These niggas is making beats. These niggas I'm talking about beats that should be like, damn.
No, I remember a guy, he sent a keyboard to my partner, full of beats, and he asked me to like dump them on the tape or something, and I'm like, and this shit was dope. I can't remember that guy's name, but it was dope, and I'm like, this nigga made this shit in prison.
I'm telling you,
he was like,
working the shit out of them keyboards,
and then when he was done, he sent it back.
Yeah.
So okay, okay, so that's that. Okay, so you already had your taste of the music game before you even got out. So what was different? I mean, besides the obvious, what was different when you got out? Did it launch the way you thought it was going to?
No. For anybody, when you locked up and you get out, obviously when you in there, you got a million plans and shit that you didn't wrote down.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's bad stuff or anything, but when you sitting in there and you writing it down and you mapping it out, that's really just your outline and your blueprint. Because when you get out here, it's not gonna go necessarily always the way you got it written up over here. Because out here you got to deal with the facts and reality.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A
lot of business
that was supposed
to
do this they ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Not just saying in general, life happens. You got to get out. You got to get yourself together.
Yeah.
It's when you sitting in there, they gonna feed you. The water's free. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no car.
You never nothing to worry about.
So when you get out here though, you got to worry about all those things now.
Right, gotcha.
On top of trying to follow your dream and do all those things, and now you realize that when you go in there to the bank with this draft of. It ain't every
business loans and stuff.
All this stuff is just it ain't always as
what you
easy.
thought. Yeah,
it ain't always as easy as how you had it mapped out on there. But not saying that what you mapped out ain't right. Just saying that it might take you. You might have to hit a few corners to get to that point. So
definitely.
But so when I got out, obviously I'm hella green. I went in at 16. I didn't get out till I was 30. You feel me? So the whole world didn't change. Let alone Seattle is a whole nother Seattle. Everything
that's
is different.
A long time, Trey.
Yeah, everything looks different. Everything feels different. Nothing is the same. On top of me just being, 14 years older.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to. I wouldn't want to say fit in, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, like, where's my lane at?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, where do I fit in at?
And not only you trying to find your lane, but the freeway done changed on you.
Yeah, everybody I know is either locked up.
Yeah.
Some are dead. You know Some are just out here like
not doing good.
Yeah, like, man, I ain't
messed up.
Yeah, I can't be around that. And then so, you know, it's just a learning process. You know, you start learning. Now you got the, you know, internet and social media sites and the way you go about, like, it's a beautiful thing because you look around here, it's like everything is at your fingertips. You don't really need no. I mean, you need people, but you can do a lot of the heavy lifting and the hustling
by yourself.
You just need a little bit of help. And you can create something, and it don't have something that's dope. Right. On top of you got hustle. Yeah. Oh well, man, you know, sky's the limit.
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
You know, so, but it's the way it is now. It's, you know, you got to learn it. Yeah. You know, you got to learn, like, there's a method to getting on.
I mean, I you know, I've been out here and I have to learn it.
Yeah,
so,
like, it's a method to this shit.
It's like, I mean, and it changes almost every day, if not every week. So it's like, you know, I mean, you're dealing with algorithms and you're dealing with trends and you're dealing with popularity and you're dealing with all this stuff. And then it's like, when do I, you know, you snap out of your lane and back, you know, and back into your lane, and should I be different? Should I do the, you know? So it's a lot. And I mean, I always tell like MCs every time I see them, I'm like, I think what y'all do is amazing. Like, I tried to rap for like a couple of years, you know, of course, I stuck to producing, but I think that even coming up with the stuff that you guys do, or, you know, and then being able to express the way you express yourself the way that you do is amazing. That's I mean, to me. And then you got to get out here and figure out how to move it.
And that's the thing, like I'm like, this is why this is my first time. Yeah. And like, I'm really kind of going in. Like, you know, I'm understanding the marketing and the promoting, and I'm understanding how to do it on a budget. Yeah. And do it, you know, like, you can't, you know, and sometimes that's, you know, that'll bother, you know, some people that's used to being able to get it quick. And it's like, man, I'm living a whole different, I'm moving differently, so I gotta
act accordingly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm older, and I know, like, there ain't no time to waste, and there damn sure ain't no money to waste. So
yeah, for sure.
It's like, okay, everything got to be calculated. It got to make sense, you know. And I mean, we, you know, every day you take chances, but you know, these is calculated chances, and you know, sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't.
Right.
But just, you know, like I said, just understanding that, like doing these, you know, doing these shows.
Yeah, so
it's you know, the one I just did out there with, you know.
No, you can mention them. It's okay.
Yeah, shout out to Digital Dope Boys.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
shout out to them.
They blessed me. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I've just been working.
And that's the work.
You have to stay consistent.
That's right.
And fresh.
Yeah.
And just try to, you know, go have you a run, sit back, you know, recoverate, get all your stuff back together, do it again, and just keep doing it until I'm gonna keep doing it until one of this shit gonna pop.
You got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. I mean, shoot, you see, I'm still doing it. Like, that's just how it is.
And it's fun though.
It is, of course, and it makes you feel good.
Time, it's a win-win for me.
Exactly.
This being here in this space right here, and being able to do this and talk to the people and pop it and kick it, like, where am I losing?
Nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even if there ain't no money, because sometimes it ain't even about the money. Sometimes it's like, this is just part of enjoying life.
Yeah, for sure.
And doing some shit that's gonna be here forever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know who's gonna watch this interview or listen to this interview.
Yeah, later on down the line.
50 years from now.
You ain't like, that's why it's here.
You know what I'm saying? So
for
like,
sure.
you don't know.
For sure. Now, one thing I thought was pretty cool is, speaking to, like you said working on a budget and everything. We spoke about it before, but the last time I saw you, we was at the club, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're doing the video right here," and I'm like, "Oh, this guy's a fool." He was, "Oh, come on, RC, bring your cigar, get over here." Yeah. And I got up in there a little bit, and I was like, "I mean, but you have to make it work that way." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You know, and plus, that's the environment. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's you know, I mean, that's where you're respected. You know, and that's where, you know, your people are, and that's where you get them in front of the screen. So I thought that was dope, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
I know that was one of many, but I got to see you in action that day. So
yeah, we was kicking it that day.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amy out there at the Monte Carlo.
Dig that, yes, Monte Carlo,
out my
yes.
big bro Hush.
Yeah,
Hush. It's
yeah,
like
shout out to
cheers
Hush
for
too.
him when he come up in here, man. So
my guy,
so, he because of him, we allowed to do a lot of shit that we probably wouldn't be able to do in other places. But
yeah, for sure,
it's fun because that's where I be at anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people sometimes it's like, just keep it what it is.
Yeah, what it is.
Yeah.
And see that goes to my next question. Like, does it I don't want to say bother you because I mean, for lack of a better term, but like like the appearance of like balling, and not saying that I'm not trying to call you broke or anything.
Right.
You don't really move like that either. But like, does it bother you like not appearing that way? And like because some people they got the car and all that kind of stuff. But I mean now that I'm asking, I apologize for cutting you off. But now that I'm asking that question, that's not your style anyway.
I would say it's not my style. I mean, I got a bunch of chains and shit.
Yeah, not like that.
And shit. Hold up, don't make it seem like I'm out here, man.
No, I apologize. That's not. But I don't see
all the tools too.
Yeah, but I guess the way I see you, I mean, you're just normal, like
it is that
down to earth.
I'm not loud. I don't carry myself in a loud way. And as far as people who do that, then that's just who they are. Like,
right.
They gotta have all the shit, all the stuff, and it don't matter where they at. They gotta have all that.
Right.
I don't. Nigga, do you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We was kings and queens anyway. So rocking jewelry and
yeah.
doing all that ain't nothing new, really. When we get back to it
True
and
that.
understand it for what it is. So, but when it comes to the fronting and the lying,
I guess that's what different. That's what I'm getting at.
And in music, if that's what the story you painting,
mm-hmm.
and that's like if I'm painting this story, because that's how I look at, and I meant to bring you a copy of my album too. Every story I'm trying to paint a picture and show you something and tell you something.
Right.
So if part of what I'm trying to tell you is just extravagant, over the top type of, okay, cool.
Yeah.
If that's what because I'm gonna understand why you did what you did if you're talking about something.
Dig it.
But if it's just a whole bunch of
Wumpty Wamp, and it was like,
all right, you talking that shit, like, it sound good, and in the club off a few hennies,
right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and be like, yeah, that's my shit too,
right.
But when I leave, I don't want to hear that shit,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that shit, man.
I'm glad you saved me on that one.
That's keeping it real. But I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think you do what you're supposed to do when you're trying to paint a picture. Yeah, and that's definitely your job. Like, to make somebody see and feel something that's strictly coming from you. Right.
That's what makes a good MC, a good writer.
Right. That's real. That's real. And that's the difference, I think, I would say between, well, it's different. It was different in the 90s because I think in the 90s all the rappers back then, and a lot of them were painting a picture of the ghetto, like what they see,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like what was really happening, like that was really the storytelling and all that. And I think nowadays they talk about the struggle, but it's like all the young niggas only thing they talk about is betrayal.
Yeah, what? Yeah, you know what?
Versus painting the whole picture. You know what I'm saying? It's like you listen to a lot of. I mean, I would cut you up, but I listen to a lot
I'm
of
listening.
Them. They all like, it's like betrayal.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like, do you like? I mean, you come from like the other side of things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you know why that's all they talk about? Because I've always wondered that.
I mean, I don't. I don't know.
So it's not. It don't speak to you either, huh?
Because you know what it is, what it could be, and I don't all the way know, but I think when you go back to like the 80s and the 90s and maybe some of the early 2000s, the struggle was a lot different, and the belonging to something was different, like. we're a little older, so like our uncles and shit and aunties and whatever, maybe your mom, dad, whatever, they came from a civil rights, Black Panther type of. So your uncles,
there was a sense of unity,
right? So then the crack era came.
Yeah, and that tore a lot of things up.
But gangs came with it, and so everybody wanted to be from a gang.
So it came together in a different way.
Right.
Gotcha.
See, and I honestly think, like for me and a lot more people back then than now, is that back then you wanted to ball and have money, but you wanted to really be from the hood and be respected in the hood,
right?
More than anything.
Yeah.
And you wanted that love, because majority of us, our moms and dads was out smoking, so uncles was locked the air. It was really a bad time as far as family dynamics and shit like that go. So your only family was the hood.
Right. Yep.
So belonging was more important than anything.
It was survival.
It was survival. And this is, to me, at the height of gangbanging. This is in the mid 90s and early 90s, late 90s. Like, so I think that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you would go up on Duce and Henderson and Cherry. Oh, man, be 30, 40 cats out there and they repping they flag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
the
that
middle
shit,
of the day, like real shit.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Like cats wanted to get money. Wasn't nobody trying to be broke, but it was just. But now, the betrayal comes from, cats that used to be cool robbing each other more. Cats that was fucking with now, he's fucking this broad, and it's all based around backbiting. Nobody's loyal to nobody.
No loyalty.
Nobody's loyal to nothing but the money.
Right. And it's almost like they glorify that.
That's what they glorify, and getting high.
Yeah, man. I never really looked at it that way, but you're 100% correct. You said betrayal. Like, yeah, it's all about betrayal. It's like fuck you and I'll fuck your bitch.
Though. But think about this, and this is another thing you take into consideration, is that the rappers of we'll say in the 90s and everything, the getting high aspect isn't like now. Like when we was coming up, getting high was something that you get your ass kicked. Like it wasn't cool,
man,
to be high.
Yeah, true that.
The rappers that we knew, I don't know, we don't know what they were doing, but they didn't promote that, and they didn't never come off like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you take these younger cats, they're younger and younger now.
Yeah.
You was probably in your 20s back in the day if you had a record deal, and you wasn't a kid. There was very few kids. You know what I'm saying?
Very few kids, yeah.
These are kids.
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, making millions. They know how to work
independently,
They know how to do all that. But they're on so many drugs.
Right.
They don't even know how to function.
Cope, yeah.
They up, they down. They going through this. They got all this money.
And now they're famous.
Now they're famous. Yeah. They got, they didn't blew up. They got a song. They didn't plugged it up from the internet. They didn't make 300,000-400,000. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. They own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it is different.
It's just a different type of. This is different. So.
I guess that might have more to do with the industry and the way that is structured, because it's always like the industry's always been about yeah, you're dope, but how can I make the most money off of you? Right. But then the more,
I think it's always been like that.
It's always been like that, but especially with hip hop, it evolved into, oh yeah, well I don't need you, right? So then they had to go look younger, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, like because these kids are 15, 16 years old, they're making the deals and their parents don't even know what they're doing.
But see, what the difference too though is that, like these kids, they grew up with one of these in their hand, a phone in their hand.
Exactly.
So they're just as savvy as the people in these, So by the time the labels even know about them, they didn't already blew up.
Exactly, and then they have leverage.
Yeah, so they're already. So that's why like these young cats, man, I be tipped like, man, I wish I grew up and knew that stuff like that. Dude, now they're hella filthy.
Do you think you would have been ready though? Like what if like, I mean,
it's just
if
like,
you was like 13 or no, let's say 15.
I'm saying if this would have been a part of our everyday life.
Oh, this?
Up,
Oh man,
you see, they grow up with.
Yeah,
this.
they do. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got one in their hand at like 3-4 years old.
They got a laptop.
I see what you're saying.
All these things at their disposal. So they grow up with the internet and understanding it and knowing it. So it's like second nature.
Second nature.
So they know how to manipulate it too. Like, oh man, that's how they get all these fans and likes and do all this shit. And they're of the time.
Right.
On top of that, you know what I'm saying. So they're filthy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have nothing. Like, I be like, yeah, this dude.
We still learning that shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do a reel. This fool.
Me too. And I was like, yeah, one day I'm gonna make one of these old reels.
I'm gonna make me a filthy one of these times, man. God.
Yo, what's happening? RC the Trackaholic from the Cide Show. I'm gonna let you guys know about our new sponsor. It's called NA11 Everything Rub. Okay, it's salty, tangy, sweet with the kick of heat. You can put it on anything. It's non-GMO. It's gluten-free. All you have to do is go to their website, na11everythingrub.com, and just put in your order. All right. You can put it on anything. You can put it on a steak. You can put it on ribs. You can put it on popcorn. I messed around, put it on my top ramen. It was kicking. And you just go to their website and put in your order. All right. Once again, NA11 Everything Rub. Okay. You got the regular rub. You got the not so spicy. You got the spicy. You got the marinade. And you just do what you do. Put it on things. Put it on something. All right. Once again, RC the Trackaholic come out. So on a lighter note, this is good stuff right here too. By the way, I got this game that I play with people, and it's always different depending on where they come from or how old they are, and it's called Which Game, right? So basically, it's basically you get pushed into a time machine and you land in a certain decade, right? In that decade, you got 3 choices of your occupation, what you could be.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you every time we go to a decade, I'm gonna ask you I'm gonna give you your choices. You tell me what you gonna be and why.
All
right. So and so it was funny, man. I had some young dudes the last time. They thought old school was 95, and they had me sitting there just like feeling old.
They know how to make a nigga feel old.
But we had fun though. It was funny. But okay, so we're gonna start with the 50s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, probably most of what we know about the 50s probably seen on movies and TV or something. But so you get pushed in the time machine. You land in the 50s. You got 3 choices. You could be like a gangster, like Al Capone. You could be a bank robber. Or you could be like a straight lace, Leave It to Beaver businessman. You kiss your wife, go to work, come back home, dinner's ready. Like, which one would you be? In the 50s.
In the 50s?
In the 50s. Gangster, bank robber, straight lace businessman.
I'll probably be a bank robber.
Why?
Because back then, that's just shit.
It was probably easy.
What
do you say? It seemed lit?
Because there wasn't no way for them to get you like that.
Right.
Once you get out of there,
you
pretty much gone. Like, they ain't have all this shit they got going on there, all this funny money. And
you got your cell phone pinging off towers and shit.
You can rob banks. Them niggas was robbing banks all day for years. They was going to jail. Like,
he said, because
I
can get away with
no
it.
Time.
Right.
They was getting right back out. Like, I'll be a bank robber.
That's a good way to look at it. All right. So let's go to the 60s. So you land in the 60s, right? So you could be an activist, a hippie, or a hustler. So when I say hustler, that's anything from, hustling pool to pickpocketing to,
I'm going to be an activist.
You're going to be an activist in the 60s?
Yeah. That was a great time to be on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's always a great time to be, on your shit, but I mean, that was a time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The 60s was like,
No, it really was. It was like I mean, there was a war going on and stuff like that, but a lot of things were changing. You know what I'm saying? Society was changing. Black people was gaining ground. Women were. So, it was a lot going on.
It's funny because you think about the 60s and you like now, we know about like Martin Luther King, they're going to make sure we know about Martin Luther King, and they're going to kind of tell you about Malcolm X. Right. Not really. But those are you had to read the book. Those are the two I had to tell my son, not to not bring them guys up, but when I ask you a question about black people and anything, I don't want to hear them names.
Right. You need something deeper.
Yeah, give me something else. Because that's too, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But just to be able to know, like, when you watch, like you said, we only know from TV. So I think about them, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, both of them guys in the 60s doing their thing.
Yeah, for sure. As young men.
As
25, something like that.
Because I'm pretty sure then nobody thought it would be what it is now.
True that. So they made a difference, is what you're saying.
I mean, they changed the world in a lot of ways.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they might have changed, you know, they might have didn't change the the rednecks and the motherfuckers that was, you know, that was
people
doing
gonna be
what they
people.
do. But other people around the world, they had a big influence on.
So activist, huh?
Yeah. I would, in the 60s, I definitely would have been an activist.
Okay, all right. So now we move on to the 70s.
I would have been with Malcolm.
You would have been with him?
Yeah, I'd have been fucking with Malcolm.
You would have been a Muslim?
I don't know. Like, I got a lot of respect for the nation. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, like, you know, because you can't knock the results. At the end of the day, you know, they taking cats that was out here robbing and stealing and turning them into strong black men.
You ain't lying.
So, I mean, you know.
That's the truth. Yeah.
How you going to argue with that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and you can talk about, you know, people talk about what, you know, what people do in these organizations. Man, everybody doing some funny shit. So what's that mean? True. In the church you're going to right now, they doing some funny shit in there too. So, you know, at the end of the day, and what's the results? Yeah. People ain't coming out of there as good as this nigga just came out. Yeah. So, you know.
No, you're right about that. So we'll get on to the 70s. So we got Pimp, musician, or heroin dealer.
In the
70s. 70s. Bell bottoms and afros.
Okay, in the 70s, you said a pimp.
A musician or a heroin dealer.
Them niggas was getting it with that heroin.
See, that's why I put.
You think about them cats back east.
See, what's funny is like people's reaction because they be like this. He said, man, they was getting it.
They was getting some crazy, but you know,
it was a big deal.
I mean, you know, able to do it like they were able to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. A lot of them, you know, they got caught down the line, but they were like, you didn't quit. You had 200 million. You just still didn't quit. They let you just run, and you know back then, you know, at least you know from stories, you know, my aunties and then they be like, man, they be heroin lines all around the block. Man, we wasn't tripping on that. They wasn't, you know, not like how they was kicking down doors behind crack.
Yeah, and
you
cocaine.
Know what I'm saying? Like so. Yeah, there was a lot of black millionaires off of heroin
for sure
in the 70s.
Yeah,
like they was getting stupid money.
Yeah,
that they make movies about now.
Exactly. That's why you see. I mean, you know, that's why I put that in there because I know it was a big deal in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then you know, the best thing besides that was to either be a musician or a pimp.
Yeah, I mean, and I was talking shit because I know the 70s was the era. You know, the era for the for the heroin, but I mean. I don't think I would ever turn down the opportunity to be a musician.
Like just straight up, because you know, there's no producers, you know, there's no synthesizers and drum machines. Like you gonna be playing an instrument, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on some real shit,
right?
You know?
Yeah, I probably.
What would you play?
Either the drums or the saxophone.
Dig that. That's interesting. The drums or saxophone?
Yeah, because the drum. The saxophone, because you could take over a whole show with the saxophone,
right?
And then and the band can't do nothing if they ain't got.
You got the drummer, right? So you look.
Kenny G showed you. I give you a whole album.
Hey, with real the saxophone,
right?
Only
you did.
Only.
I give you a whole album. It was crazy. You can just have the drums.
Yeah.
Nothing else in the saxophone.
Right. People would dance all night.
And you have them going all night. You have them going all night if you know what you're doing.
All right. Okay. That's good. Okay. Drummer or saxophone. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to the 80s. So in the 80s, you could be a rapper, a dope man, or a player. Kind of a party guy player, you know what I'm saying? Just out there, just kind of, you know, you get it where you get it, but you know, you got all the broads, you know what I'm saying? You know where all the parties are at. That kind of guy, or dope man or rapper.
I probably would. I mean, if we talking about, because I love music so much, to be a rapper in the 80s, that means I'm up there with some of the first ones to do it. So once again, if I did it right. I'm good forever.
Yeah, true that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, them cats from way back then, like, they might have got fucked on some deals way back then.
Yeah,
because they were, like, so dope and influential and the first to do it, and they were able to keep themselves relevant. They're still making money. They're still out here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, to be able to do it back then, you know, and be able to do it on
at the start of it. You know,
like I mean, how LL and them guys
have
been able to
Run
transition.
DMC, yes.
You know, them guys have
into
been
others,
into other things, man. But it all started with the music,
right?
And them being one of the first,
right,
to do what they did,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And you know, so
you be a rapper?
Yeah, I'll be a rapper.
Dig that. All right, so we're gonna move on to the final one on the '90s. So we talked about the '90s half of this interview. So we got a record CEO, a scammer, you know, checks and blow up phones and stuff like that, or straight gangster, with the A, not the
CEO.
ER. CEO?
Yeah, because I done did it all through the '80s, so
yeah.
now I know all the tricks. I know all the
right.
shit.
Right. So
now I'm
transition over.
It's time to start death row.
So let me ask you this: you a CEO in the '90s. Whoever you've always wanted to sign just happens to come free, and you have a chance to sign them. Who would it be? In the '90s, you like
he just from the
and he's free, or she or whatever.
Shit, Pac, or Scarface.
Scarface?
Yep.
You signed Scarface?
Damn, I could name a bunch. Hell yeah, if I was in a position back then to sign Scarface, him, E40, Cibo,
okay.
any of them, like, hell yeah,
for sure,
hell yeah.
I mean, well, on another note, who is your influence as far as your music and like you know how you rap and how you write?
Man, you know what's crazy is that I get influenced, you know, just like obviously I grew up on the Scarfaces and the Tupacs, the 40s, the DMXs, you know, Biggie and like all those Jada kids, you know, like I grew up like they helped. Those were like the people that I consider like, man, them, they talking my life, they talking my every, you know what I'm saying, like so like they had the most influence on me as far as like
style. Like
I would say like to where I don't play a lot in my music as much as I should,
right?
Because them guys was always, you know what I'm saying,
all
like
business,
they had a way about, you know, like Pac had a way to flip it and get at the females. You know, Scarface has a way to flip it and get it at the feet. You know what I'm saying? E40 does. You know, Jada does.
Right.
But you don't think about that when you think about them.
Right.
You think about when he went in on that.
Yeah.
Or that story that Scarface told.
Right.
Or, you know, Dear Mama. You know, you think about when you think about these guys, you don't think about how not did they just touch you, but they were hella versatile. Like they had other types of stuff that was going on. So they helped me understand that, you know, and helped me not to like take it seriously. Don't be playing and you know storytell. So they had the most influence like that growing up and helping and raising me to be how I am now. But at the same time, like I can go out here and I'll be listening to stuff my son be listening to or whoever, and I mean if it's dope, it's dope. You know, my thing just be like, I'm ready to go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? It don't even be like ain't no hate or nothing, but it just be like, I could do something doper than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I want to go in there and just, I want to get in there and rap. I want to go get it in there.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm influenced by all that shit, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, when I hear something. Even if I don't like it, I know not to try that.
So I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, I know I won't try that style or try to flip it like that.
Well, before we wrap up, I want to ask you this: what is the goal? What's Trayblacs' goal in music or in life, or for example, like if music takes you where you want to go, where is that?
I built a legacy that my son, my kids, everybody can stand on.
Dig that.
They can, you know, it'll be something it'll be bigger than me. So it doesn't matter if I'm here or not. It'll keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people, not only my family, but, you know, building something that people eat off of that I don't even know.
Man.
They're able to eat off of this
Right.
This, you know, this opportunity of this, you know, that is the goal for me, is to build something. And, you know, like I said, you know, there's a difference between a reputation and a legacy. You know, and my goal is to leave a legacy.
Can you elaborate on that real quick? That's deep.
I think a reputation is just yours.
Yeah.
It's just yours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody do nothing with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, maybe, you know, your son or your little brother can get some passes in some hoods, but even that runs out after so long. You know what I'm saying? Because, so when you talk about a legacy, you're talking about something that is bigger than you.
Dig that. Yeah.
This right here is, you know, it's like we'll just say like the nation. The Nation of Islam is so big that even when Farrakhan's gone, it ain't gonna stop.
The same way it's always
gonna
been.
maintain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't going nowhere, because in the beginning, Minister Elijah Muhammad, he built the legacy. This is his legacy.
Right, and he's gone.
He's gone.
And it's still going.
And it's still going. 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years out, he been gone.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and it went through all kind of character assassinations and whatever. That I'm pretty sure that the government tried to poison.
Sure, yeah, all that.
All the shit that we will never know about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when you build something that's bigger than you, that every people can attach themselves to and make it a part of them, you built the legacy. Because you ain't gonna never not know about Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ain't gonna never not know about him.
Right.
And it could be 100 years from now.
Yeah.
You still gonna know who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In history books.
Because he built a legacy that you'll never forget.
Right.
I'll always be here.
Man, I'm glad you elaborated on that. I appreciate it, man. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to celebrate you. And let you speak out. You know what I'm saying? You done said what you had to say, man. I appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate you coming.
Yeah, real talk,
Thank you, man.
You already know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I told you, man, when we did that. I told you I was coming.
Hey, look, he said, cause we gonna talk about some shit.
Yeah, I was like,
he's serious. But I knew it was gonna be that, so I love it. And every time we see each other, it's the same way anyway.
Same way.
So, man, I really appreciate it. Once again, man, this is RC the Trackaholic. This right here is the Cide Show. Shout out to Trayblac coming through. Man, and we out, man. I appreciate you, bro.
You already know, man. Trayblac in the building, man. I'm on all the digital platforms.
I apologize for that, man. Say it all. Let's keep going.
I don't care wherever you buy your music at. I'm there. TRAYBLAC, one word.
Yes, sir.
Trayblac. Truth, Love, and Pain dropping soon. The Real Trayblac YouTube channel, man. Tap in. I got a lot of content on there, man. Just a lot of good music, man. A lot of I'm putting other stuff on there, man. All kind of stuff. So just come on out, come out there and check that out. I got a couple videos coming out. I got out right now. I got Down and Out. You can go to my YouTube channel and check that out. I got Hood Life that's about to come out, and Thug Life. 2 videos I done shot over the last few weeks. Digital Dope Boys, I'm on there. I did an interview, man. I'm right here with RC on the Cide Show. Yeah. I'm grinding. I'm everywhere, man.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and you can inbox me. And I got physical copies. I got flash drives and USBs, all the stuff, man. You can plug it right into your car. You can plug it in your
bike.
TV at the house, your bike.
Yeah, all that.
Wherever it's good.
Nice. Well, on that note, we up out of here. Thank you once again, Trayblac, for coming. The Cide Show. Peace.